It's time for the magically epic adventure. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to my simple but different world. And we are about to embark upon a huge adventure. We're going to be spending 5 days at Universal Orlando, including Epic Universe, which just opened last year. And then we're going to be spending 7.5 days at Walt Disney World. I'm going to bring you along on this crazy adventure, and I'm going to talk about packing and how I budget, and hopefully let's see if we can stay on budget. If there's any tricks and tips that I can think of as it comes along, hopefully it will be helpful for all of you who may be thinking about a trip to Universal or to Disney. So please like and subscribe, share with your friends so you can follow along on this huge, magically epic adventure. But first, we're going to do packing and budgeting.
Okay, so this is my current packing situation. What I usually do is I pack a suitcase within a suitcase because I know no matter how much I try to save and plan and stick to a budget, and I'm really going to try. I really am going to try. I always end up buying either spirit jerseys or some other knickknacks that I can't really get in Disneyland, where I can frequent a lot more often than I do at Walt Disney World. So I'm bringing this. This is basically a carry-on size, and the larger one on the outside is only, I guess, like a medium size. So these bags really aren't that big. I am going to plan on checking in both of them on the way back, but this hasn't failed me in the past, and I'm going to definitely do it this time. What I also do, because I know it's not a lot of space for a long trip, is I will pack one complete change of clothes, and I will show you the types of things that I'm bringing shortly. But my carry-on is going to be this adorable little kind of, I don't know, is this plastic or it's actually a good quality. I got this at Primark a couple years ago, and it is perfect. It will fit underneath the seat on the flight, and it's enough to carry a small laptop that I plan to bring, and a full change of clothes, and a couple other things like, medicine and whatever that I can't or shouldn't put into my check-in. So this is what we're looking at. Okay, budget. So this is how we do it. There's going to be two of us, and I have budgeted $125 per person per day, and that's going to include food, snacks, and souvenirs. So that's a pretty good budget. It's not tiny, it's not huge. I mean, you can definitely go way higher, but it's a pretty healthy budget. But this is how I try to stay on track. So we've got $250 per day, and what I do is we're going to be there literally a Monday through Sunday. So I've marked each gift card with the day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So here's $250 for the two of us, and this is how I'm going to try to stay on track. Now, there is a couple little tiny caveats. This gift card, which was a very kind gift from a friend, is $40, so that's a little bit less. And I also have some other birthday and Christmas and other gift cards that are not included in here. This is just mostly the money that I've budgeted. So there are a few gift cards that I may spend a little bit more on because they were presents, gifts. But we'll see. If I can stick to this and save those gift cards for when I go back to Disneyland, then that would be great. Now, as for our Universal days, I don't think we're going to spend quite as much. We don't have an annual pass. We don't get any kind of discount. So everything's going to seem awfully expensive to us. and we tend to be more of Disney fans. However, I'm sure there's going to be things that we both want. We're going to want to try foods. We're all about the foods, and we tend to spend a lot of money on food. So I'm budgeting a little bit less. Right now, I'm thinking maybe about $150 a day for both of us, so $75 per person. We're probably going to buy fewer souvenirs there, fewer sit-down meals. I could be wrong, but what I'm going to do is when I get to Universal, I think what I'm going to do is buy a gift card for, let me do the math real quick. So 75 per person, so 150 a day. We're going to be there roughly for 5 days, really not 5 whole days. So that's going to make it a little bit tough. So I think I'm going to buy a gift card for somewhere in their neighborhood of $500 to $750 and charge it so I can make sure I get points or cash back or whatever card I decide to use it on. And then we're going to try to stick to that budget and use only the money that's on that gift card. So that's how we budget. For packing, we have packing cubes, and we are color coordinated. So my son's going to be using the green and I'm going to be using the blue. Now, this is something I really love to travel with. I am not a jewelry person, but I do wear glasses, and I use it to hold. I've got an extra pair of backup glasses. I've got my prescription sunglasses, and this also holds earrings, necklaces, maybe watches, which I don't really use, but I do use these compartments for little things that I don't want to get lost. And these are going to go into my carry-on bag. Okay, what I'm bringing. Now, some of you who tend to overpack are going to think I am crazy, but I am notorious for underpacking. Plus, I do plan on doing at least 1, if not 2 loads of laundry while we are there. And we're totally fine with that. We are not commando types. We don't go, break of dawn till the middle of the night at the parks. So we're going to have time where we can do laundry. And this is what I'm going to bring. So we've got my Orange Bird bottle carrier, which we're going to use to at least hold a bottle of water all the time. I have this scarf that I love because it's going to be cold for at least part of the trip. I have 3 tank tops, and they're all just, solid color, and we'll work with whatever, but we're going to be all about layering on those cold days. Now, I have 1 pair of fairly thick leggings. I've got my little fold-up umbrella just in case we need it, but I'm probably not going to, well, I may, we'll see. As for sweatshirts, I've got 3 warm items that, I can layer with. I've got a sweatshirt, a hooded sweatshirt, and 2 Spirit jerseys. I've got my pajamas and underwear in there. There's no way I can wear thick pajamas, so I have thin pajamas, and everything fits in here. I have my raincoat or rain jacket. It's light. It's my Disneyland 70, which I love, and that's what I'm going to use instead of the plastic rain ponchos. Now, if for some reason it doesn't work or I don't bring it and it suddenly rains, I may end up buying one, but I really don't need one. There is a swimsuit and a cover-up because I do think it will be warm enough for at least, a day or 2, and we're going to try to maybe go to Volcano Bay or maybe just hang out at the resort pool. I'm also bringing 2 pairs of light cargo pants, and these are amazing for the parks, and I'll explain why in a second. And then all my toiletries fit into these 2 bags, and both of them open up and lay flat, so you can just put it on the counter of the bathroom, and everything will be there and easily accessible. And then I'm going to bring shoes. I'm not sure, but you guys know what shoes look like. I'm probably going to bring 1 pair of flip-flops in case we do any water stuff. I've got my Mickey Crocs, and I've got a pair of New Balance sneakers that are great for walking, and that's probably what I'm going to be bringing. And then on top of all this, which I know doesn't look like a lot for an almost 2-week trip, but I will also have, 1 whole outfit that I'll be wearing on the plane. And this is more than enough for me to last a week if I have to, before I do laundry. And if I do laundry in less than a week, and do laundry twice, and this is plenty for me. There is, this just reminded me, there is an old Snoopy's cartoon where Snoopy or Lucy was complaining about Snoopy wearing a fur coat on a hot day. And Snoopy says something like, I prefer to sacrifice comfort for style. Well, as you can tell, I prefer to sacrifice style for comfort. I just want to look presentable, but I don't have to look fancy and all color coordinated. And I bow to all of you who are able to do that when you're on vacation, because I definitely cannot. But this is all that is pretty much going with me to Florida. Okay, these cargo pants that I told you about, these are lightweight cargo pants that I got at Target. I got them more than a year ago, but I think they're still available. And I want to say they're only like, I don't know, $25, $30 or something like that. But they come in lots of different colors, and they are great because, okay, so you've got pocket, and a zip pocket, an open flap pocket, another open flap pocket, and another zipped pocket. And then in back, you've got another zip pocket. So it is amazing when you just need something to hold your phone, 或maybe a gift card in my case, although I am going to try to put all of them onto my phone so I don't have to carry gift cards around, keep them safe. Or, if you're going to use cash, a safe place to zip up cash. But these are the best for traveling. And I absolutely so comfortable. I'm going to fly in them. I'm going to wear them at the parks. It's amazing. Another packing trick that I use is I always pack at least one shoebox, and it's going to be an empty shoebox. I will probably put something in here, like my tank tops or, roll up the pants or something. The reason why I do this is because inevitably when I go to Disney World or in this case, Universal, I'm going to buy at least something that is kind of breakable. Now, if it's like super breakable, I'll pack it in my carry-on. But there are some things like maybe, plastic that you don't, like something cute that you don't want to break. I'm going to put them in these boxes, stuff my socks around them or wrap it with, like a shopping bag or my tank tops or whatever, and cushion them in here. And then once everything's cushioned in here and enclosed in a hard box, it's going to be pretty darn safe for packing in my suitcase that I'm going to check in. So that is another tip that I do for traveling to amusement parks like Disney World and Universal. And then for walking, because as you know, there is tons of walking, and I tend to get squashed. My pinky toe will get squashed and will get blisters. So what I discovered, and I found these on Amazon, and they come in different sizes, like if you want it for your big toe, like your middle toes or pinky toes or whatever, you can use these to cushion, just wrap them, just pull them on, because they are like gel lined, and it'll protect and kind of hold your toe in place so it doesn't get like squashed or pushed underneath another toe and cause a blister. And these have been lifesavers for me when I have to do a lot of walking. Believe it or not, I packed everything inside this suitcase within a suitcase. The only thing I did put in my son's suitcase is my extra pair of walking shoes that I decided to bring, which I would recommend. So in total, that would be the shoes I'm wearing, an extra pair of walking shoes, my Crocs, and flip-flops for if we go to the pool and hopefully Volcano Bay.
And that's it. That is my prep. So next time, you'll be seeing us travel on our travel day. So don't forget to like and subscribe so you can follow along on our magically epic adventure. See you soon.